So I know it's pretty cliche to say that the ocean is like a great place to put things into perspective, but yeah, it really is, and I like coming down here sometimes and just sort of, getting your head together. We academics have pretty weird lives. Yeah, we academics are a strange group of people. I mean, we academics are a really strange group, man. We spend years and years and years and years researching something, creating something. We spend all this time learning something. We invest years in research and writing. Eventually we produce a dissertation, then we write it as a dissertation. We get it published finally, then we get it published, and then well, very few people ever read it. Maybe someone will read it, but I think my mom and dad read mine, but not that many. But then after that, it basically goes on a shelf in a library or someone's office or home and sits there, and then it spends the rest of time, more or less for the rest of time, on a library shelf or on someone's shelf, basically not being read. And then later in our careers we write more stuff, but that stuff also doesn't really get read by all that many people either. So ultimately you gotta ask yourself, so it's a strange existence, you put all this energy and effort into something, but then like, what's it for? So ultimately you gotta ask yourself, how does this matter? Yeah, I know there are people who would say, oh, of course it matters, you don't have to think about how many people read what you write. Of course, I know some people would say, the number of people who read something doesn't really matter. You're still contributing to human knowledge. The fact that you're contributing to something, even a tiny bit, is still important. And that's the really important thing. And even if it's just a tiny drop, it's still doing something. And it's meaningful. But, and I guess so, but, there are a lot of tiny drops of sand here, or whatever you call them, pieces of sand, and you can make the same arguments about these tiny grains of sand out here. They're important. I guess they're playing a role, but each one contributes to the beach, but I'd sure like to be something other than a tiny piece of sand on a beach. Especially when a big wave can come along and just wipe it all away. So that's why I keep thinking about the age we're living in, And that's the thing, in this digital age, we don't have to be grains of sand anymore. In the digital age, we've got all these ways to, with the internet and YouTube, let our ideas make it to the eyes and minds of ever more people. Your ideas can be read and viewed, and you can interpret them in ways so people can understand them. We can do stuff that hundreds, thousands of people read, think about, and really kind of have an effect on. You can change people's lives, a lot of people's minds, rather than just the tiny group of scholars who are interested in our topic. So we can be waves, don't have to be grains of sand. Yeah, that's the type of stuff I think about when I come down to the beach, try to get things together. That's the stuff I think about when I come down to the beach. Guess I'm pretty weird. Other people go surfing. I think about all this deep stuff. Just don't want to be a grain of sand. There's a lot more you can do out there. Gotta get myself checked out. This isn't good. I don't know. Grains of sand, waves. I think being a wave is a lot cooler. Can be a wave.